During World War II, Germany deployed a wide range of military vehicles designed to support mechanized warfare across Europe and beyond. From heavy tanks and tank destroyers to reconnaissance vehicles, half-tracks, and logistics transports, these machines formed the backbone of German battlefield operations. This video breaks down the key German vehicles used throughout the war, organized by role and battlefield function. Let's begin with battle tanks, the Panzers. The Panzer I was originally designed as a training vehicle rather than a frontline combat tank. Lightly armored and armed only with machine guns, it lacked any real anti-tank capability. Despite this, it was pressed into combat during the invasions of Poland and France, relying on speed and numbers rather than firepower. The Panzer II followed as a stopgap solution during Germany's early rearmament period. It was equipped with a 20mm cannon, effective against infantry and light vehicles. While quickly outclassed by heavier enemy tanks, its chassis later proved useful for self-propelled guns. The Panzer 35T was acquired after the annexation of Czechoslovakia. Built by Škoda, it was known for solid construction and a pneumatic transmission system. It served effectively in early campaigns before being phased out. The Panzer 38T became one of the most reliable light tanks of the early war. Armed with a 37mm gun, it offered good mobility and mechanical reliability. Its chassis later became the foundation for several successful tank destroyers. The Panzer III was designed as Germany's primary tank-versus-tank platform. It introduced a 3-man turret, improving crew efficiency and battlefield awareness. Although its armament struggled against later Soviet armor, its layout set the standard for medium tank design. The Panzer IV became the most important German tank of the war. Originally intended for infantry support, it was continuously upgraded with stronger armor and more powerful guns. It remained in production throughout the entire conflict and served on every major front. The Panther was developed in response to the Soviet T-34. It combined sloped armor, high mobility, and a high-velocity 75mm gun. Despite early mechanical issues, it is often regarded as one of the most effective medium tanks of World War II. The Tiger I represented Germany's first heavy tank. Armed with an 88mm gun and protected by thick armor, it was capable of destroying enemy tanks at long range. However, its weight, fuel consumption, and maintenance demands limited its operational flexibility. The Tiger II, also known as the King Tiger, further increased armor and firepower. Weighing nearly 70 tons, it combined the Tiger's protection with the Panther's sloped armor design. While extremely difficult to destroy from the front, it placed enormous strain on engines, bridges, and supply lines. The Stug III was created by mounting a fixed gun onto a Panzer III chassis. Its low profile and strong frontal armor made it effective in defensive ambush roles. It became the most produced German armored vehicle of the war. The Jagdpanzer 38T, commonly known as the Hetzer, was built on the Czech 38T chassis. Small and angular, it was difficult to detect and relatively inexpensive to produce. Its sloped armor and compact design made it well suited for defensive operations. The Jagdpanzer IV mounted a long-barreled 75mm gun on a low-profile chassis. It was designed to engage enemy armor while remaining concealed. Although effective, its nose-heavy design affected mobility. The Marder II was an interim tank destroyer built on the Panzer II chassis. It mounted a powerful anti-tank gun in an open-topped fighting compartment. While effective against enemy tanks, its crew remained highly exposed. The Marder III used the Czech 38T chassis and mounted either captured Soviet guns or German anti-tank weapons. It provided much-needed firepower on the Eastern Front. Like other open-topped designs, it offered minimal crew protection. The Nashorn mounted an 88mm gun on a lightly armored chassis. It relied entirely on long-range engagements rather than armor for survival. When used correctly, it could destroy enemy tanks before being detected. The Jagdpanther combined the Panther chassis with a powerful 88mm gun. It offered an effective balance of firepower, protection, and mobility. It is often regarded as the most successful German tank destroyer. The Ferdinand, later renamed the Elephant, was built on unused Porsche Tiger chassis, heavily armored, and armed with an 88mm gun. It lacked a machine gun in early versions. This made it vulnerable to infantry despite strong frontal protection. The Jagdtiger carried a massive 128mm gun and extremely thick armor. It was the heaviest armored fighting vehicle to see combat service. However, mechanical failures and logistical difficulties limited its effectiveness. The Sturm Panzer I Bison mounted a 15cm infantry gun on a Panzer I chassis. It was top-heavy and mechanically strained, but provided mobile heavy fire support early in the war. The Wespa converted the Panzer II chassis into a light self-propelled artillery platform. It was fast and mobile, allowing artillery to keep pace with armored units. The Hummel carried a 15cm howitzer on a hybrid Panzer III and IV chassis. It delivered powerful indirect fire, but carried limited ammunition on board. The Grill mounted a heavy infantry gun on the Czech 38T chassis. It provided direct fire support against fortifications and defensive positions. The Brummbär was designed for urban combat and assault operations. Its short-barreled, large-caliber gun was optimized for destroying buildings and bunkers. The Sturmtiger mounted a massive 380mm rocket-propelled mortar on a Tiger I chassis. It was designed to demolish heavily fortified urban areas with a single shot. The Wirbelwind featured a quadruple 20mm anti-aircraft gun in an open turret. It was effective against low-flying aircraft and lightly armored ground targets. The Ostwind replaced the quad guns with a single 37mm cannon. This increased effective range and striking power against aircraft. The Flak Panzer 38T mounted a 20mm gun on a 38T chassis. Its limited armor left the crew exposed, especially to air attacks. The SDKFZ 251, commonly known as the Hanomag, served as the primary armored personnel carrier. It transported infantry alongside tanks and provided limited protection during movement. The SDKFZ 250 was a smaller half-track used mainly for reconnaissance and command roles. Its compact size improved mobility and versatility. The SDKFZ 7 was a medium half-track designed to tow heavy artillery. It was most famously used to transport the 88mm anti-aircraft gun. The Fama was the heaviest German half-track. It was used to recover damaged tanks, often requiring multiple vehicles working together. The SDKFZ-10 served as a light artillery tractor. It was widely used to tow smaller anti-tank guns. The SDKFZ-11 bridged the gap between light and medium prime movers. It towed field artillery and rocket launchers. The Kettenkrad combined elements of a motorcycle and a tracked vehicle. Originally designed for airborne troops, it proved effective in difficult terrain. The Opel Maltier converted standard trucks into half-tracked supply vehicles. It became essential in muddy and snowy conditions where wheeled vehicles failed. The SDKFZ 222 was a light armored car armed with a 20mm cannon. It served as a fast reconnaissance vehicle early in the war. The SDKFZ 231 featured an 8-wheeled chassis with complex suspension. Dual driver positions allowed for rapid withdrawal without turning around. The Puma was one of the most advanced armored cars of the war. It combined speed, protection, and a powerful 50mm gun. 263 served as a command and radio vehicle. Its large antenna allowed coordination of armored formations. The VW Schwimmwagen was an amphibious vehicle capable of crossing rivers and swamps. It became the most mass-produced amphibious car in history. The Horch 108 was a heavy off-road personnel vehicle. It was used to transport troops and tow light equipment. The Steyr 1500A served as a reliable staff car. It performed well in extreme climates, from North Africa to the Eastern Front. The Mercedes-Benz G4 was a large, 6-wheeled touring vehicle. It was primarily used for ceremonial and propaganda purposes. The BMW R75 motorcycle featured a driven sidecar wheel. It was widely used for dispatch and reconnaissance duties. The Opel Blitz was the primary German cargo truck of the war. It transported supplies, equipment, and personnel across all fronts. The Krupp Protza was a six-wheeled truck used to tow anti-tank guns. Its distinctive sloped hood housed a flat-4 engine. The RSO was a fully tracked tractor designed for harsh terrain. It sacrificed speed for mobility in mud and snow. The Henschel 33 was a heavy truck used for engineering and transport roles. It entered service before the war and remained in use throughout. The Einheitsdiesel was a standardized six-wheel drive truck. Although complex, it offered strong off-road performance. The Panzerwerfer mounted a multiple rocket launcher on a half-track chassis. It provided mobile saturation fire support. The Karl Gerät was a massive, self-propelled siege mortar. It fired shells weighing several tons and required extensive logistical support. The Goliath was a small, remote-controlled demolition vehicle. It carried an explosive charge intended to destroy tanks or fortifications. Together, these vehicles illustrate the scale and diversity of Germany's mechanized forces during World War II. From frontline combat vehicles to support and logistics platforms, each played a role in shaping how the war was fought.